Throughout the history of mankind, God has called prophets to lead his people and teach them his great plan of salvation. However, after the death of Christ's apostles, due to the great wickedness upon the earth and the perversion of many plain and simple truths of the gospel, God took his priesthood from the earth, and as prophesied by Paul, the dark cloud of apostasy covered the earth for centuries. In the spring of 1820, there was in the area of Palmyra, New York, an unusual excitement on the subject of religion. Joseph Smith, at this time, was 14 years old.
During this time of great excitement, my mind was called up to serious reflection and great uneasiness. So great were the confusion and strife among the different denominations that it was impossible for a person young as I was, and so unacquainted with men and things, to come to any certain conclusion who was right and who was wrong. In the midst of this war of words and tumult of opinions, I was one day reading the Epistle of James, 1st chapter and 5th verse, which reads, "If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of God, that giveth to all men liberally, and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him." Never did any passage of Scripture come with more power to the heart of man than this did at this time to mine. It seemed to enter with great force into every feeling of my heart. I reflected on it again and again, knowing that if any person needed wisdom from God, I did. For how to act I did not know, and unless I could get more wisdom than I then had, I would never know. At length I came to the conclusion that I must either remain in darkness or confusion, or else I must do as James directs, that is, ask of God. So in accordance with this, my determination to ask of God, I retired to the woods to make the attempt. It was on the morning of a beautiful, clear day early in the spring. It was the first time in my life that I had made such an attempt, for amidst all my anxieties, I had never as yet made the attempt to pray vocally. After I had retired to the place where I had previously designed to go, having looked around me and finding myself alone, I kneeled down and began to offer up the desires of my heart to God. I saw a pillar of light exactly over my head, above the brightness of the sun, which descended gradually until it fell upon me. When the light rested upon me, I saw two personages, whose brightness and glory defy all description, standing above me in the air. One of them spake unto me, calling me by name, and said, pointing to the other, "This is my beloved Son, hear him." I soon found that my telling the story had excited a great deal of prejudice against me among the professors of religion. However, it was nevertheless a fact that I had beheld a vision. I had actually seen a light, and in the midst of that light, I saw two personages, and they did in reality speak to me. And though I was hated and persecuted for saying that I had seen a vision, yet it was true.